Welcome back guys on my YouTube channel. We have another rally bike build, but first I want to thank you all because in the latest videos of the bike builds we have had lots of views, lots of you shared, so I really want to thank you because this is helping me get on with other builds, and now the workshop is getting pretty busy. Today we have a Yamaha YZ450F 2020 model that we turned into a ready-to-race rally bike. This bike was supposed to race the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge in March, got cancelled. Then it was supposed to race the Rally du Maroc in October, but also that got cancelled. And now it's ready to race Andalusia. But let me take you through all the parts I installed on this particular build. To start with, we have the Rebel X Sports plug-and-play rally kit. I've taken part in the development of this kit, in particular to the frame clamping system, so the brackets that go around the frame and let you install the whole tower without the need of welding nor the need of drilling, so it's really easy to fit. On the Nav Tower we have all the features to meet the FIM regulations and Dakar regulations. We have a transparent windshield that helps us get a better airflow, but also we have a clear view of where we are putting our wheels. Beneath we have a headlight mask with two 10-watt LED lights. This headlight mask avoids any internal reflections of the light, but also it makes it really easy for us to clear the lights, because when we are rally racing we don't have much time, and maybe at refuel we need to clean the lights or for some reason we get mud on them, so it's easy and quick. The whole fairing comes off pretty easy as it's fixed with these fasteners, so no need of tools, just twist and we are able to access our Nav Tower and all our wiring and instruments. The fairing side panels are in fiberglass and they're held into place through these high-resistant Velcro adhesive straps, and they're kept inside the radiator shrouds. In this way we will have a better protection of our fairing. But now let's start looking at the tower features. Moving on to the Nav Tower, we have a MIGTEC roadbook holder and an RNS Trip Master. Both of them we can control them from the CNC machined RNS multi-switch. We can change the screen on the Trip Master, bring it back and forwards, and same goes with the roadbook. We can bring it back and forwards without having to leave our hands from the handlebar. On top of the Trip Master, the whole roadbook bracket lets us place any GPS antennas, because if we are racing in Dakar or any World FIM Championship rally, we will have to use ERTF system and ERITRAC. These places are made and meant to be for all the antennas that we will need to install. Slightly below, but protected by the windshield, we have another bracket. This bracket can be used for multiple purposes. If we are at Dakar, we'll place the balise, which is compulsory to place it on the Nav Tower, or we can place spare levers or any tools. On the side we have instead the ERITRAC bracket for anyone that's participating in minor rallies or using the rally kit for adventure riding. Usually the rain gear or the medical kit are placed on this bracket. It comes in really handy for multiple purposes. On the other side of the tower instead we have our usual 6-way fuse box with LED error indicator. You know, if a fuse breaks, we'll have the red LED turn on and it will be very quick and easy to change our fuses. Below the roadbook instead we have two switches. One is to command the fuel pump of the rear tank and the other one to give power to all the instruments. In the middle instead we have a voltmeter display so that we know exactly how much power is coming from our battery, but also two USB quick charge ports. In this way we will be able to charge any of our devices like our smartphone or our GPS, because on this build we also placed a Garmin 276CX GPS on the handlebar through a special bracket I personally designed. This whole setup puts us in the position of being able to ride our motorbike in most rallies and even amateur events such as the Sardinia Legend Rally, which I'm gonna take part in October. or the Trans-Italia Marathon that will start this week. One important thing to notice is that we have a fully adjustable system. We can tilt the angle of the road, we can trip master bracket, but also we can raise it or place it lower. This is important because everyone uses different hand guards. I install always open hand guards because I'm a bit scared of closed ones. And in this way we can twist our handlebar and nothing will touch against the road book. Looking always at the handlebar, we changed the grips. We placed the foam grips because this bike was supposed to race in the desert where there shouldn't be a lot of rain, but now we might swap them again. We'll see if this bike is gonna leave for Andalusia or if it will be used for next year's World Championship. As this is a Yamaha YZ450F, it doesn't come with a fan, with a radiator fan, and as we're gonna race it in the desert, we custom made a bracket that we welded on the radiator and we placed the fan of the WR model. In this way we can have better cooling. For the same reason we changed the radiator hoses, they're all silicone hoses, and we changed the water pump. We put a Boysen water pump. And lastly, we also changed the radiator cap. We decided to keep the standard exhaust as we think this will help us use a bit less fuel than putting a more racing exhaust, but we changed the clutch. We put a Recluse reinforced clutch. This means it's not the automatic one. We simply wanted a stronger clutch because as we were racing it in Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, we would have used a lot the clutch on the dunes. These are the only interventions we made on the engine because the Yamaha engine is well known to be a powerful engine, but also to be very reliable, and we wanted to keep it this way. Another small change we made, we put CNC machined foot pegs, and you can see these teeth are interchangeable and they have a much better grip than the standard ones. We wanted to really have a nice grip with our boots. Speaking about grip, we also placed the Vibram frame pads in this way with the foot pegs and Vibram frame pads. We will always have the bike very secure between our legs. Another accessory we placed on this Yamaha, more for an aesthetic detail, was the Polysport swing arm covers, totally in black. I think they make the whole bike look really cool as most of the graphic is black. As you all know, the YZ450F comes with a 19-inch rear wheel, but in order to get the bike homologated and registered to be street legal, and by the way, I'm Italian, that's why if you're interested in a YZ or WR to be homologated, don't worry, I have you covered, and we manage here in Italy to get you the homologation papers so that you can register the Yamahas in your country inside Europe. To meet the homologation, we had to change the rear wheel. For this reason, we bought the hub and the rim, and then we assembled the wheel by ourselves. And on this 18-inch rear wheel, we installed a Michelin Desert Mousse and Michelin Desert tire. We did the same on the front, always Michelin Desert Mousse and tire. This is the perfect combination for anyone participating in any major rally, and most riders use this because it's the most reliable solution. But also at Dakar, you get the chance to have a free tire change, which means you have to buy the tires, but Michelin offers the service where you just bring the wheels and they'll change tires and mousse for you with no charge, and it will save you a lot of time and a lot of hassle. Looking at the upper part of the bike, we have a 10.5 liter fuel tank. This is very nice because on the Yamaha, one feature I love is having the air filter up high and accessible. This means we can access the filter without having to remove the tank or move anything around. We have then a Selle dalla Valle custom seat. We raised of about 1.5 centimeters the foam. We made it a bit harder, and we have a factory rally seat cover. This is the cover used also by Adrian Van Beveren and the whole Yamaha factory team at Dakar. We have the quick dry leather on top, the camels, the bumps with the layer of memory foam underneath. In this way, when we move back here on the long liaisons, we will have more comfort, but also in case of mud or rain, if we slide, this will give us a better grip and we won't slide completely back on the seat. On the side, we have a carbon texture and the nice Selle dalla Valle logo. One thing we are still missing that I'll need to place is the rear fender light. We need in FIM Rallies 2 fender lights, so we'll install one here on top of the fender and one underneath, but I didn't get the time, so you'll see it when this bike will go racing. On the left side of the bike, we have a 7-liter plastic tank. This combined with the front tank gets us 17.5 liters of fuel, which means over 200 kilometers. That for World Championship FIM rallies is enough for most of them. And the rear tank has an electric fuel pump that we can control from the Nav Tower with a special ECU that we programmed so that when we press the pump, we will have half of the rear fuel tank pour into the front tank, as the main fuel pump is underneath here. In this way, we won't burn the electric fuel pump in case we forget to switch it off. We will have a second shot at switching it on, and in this way we will empty completely the rear side tank into the front tank. Everything goes from the rear tank to the front with a nice big hose, and it's held into place with quick release so that we will be able to disconnect the tanks very easily in case we need to take off this tank to work on something on the bike. Underneath the tank, you can also see that we got the side stand. As the YZ doesn't come with a side stand, we just got the WR one and it was just plug and play to put it on. We clearly needed to protect our engine. The YZ450F doesn't have a bash plate like the WR. We got this Acerbis plastic bash plate that protects everything. In 2021, it will no longer be compulsory to have 3 liters of water on the bike. This means no more need of bulky bash plates with water reserve, and we can just ride with a simple plastic bash plate like this, and this will make changing oil much easier and quicker. The last modification we did from a technical point of view is the suspensions. We changed both springs in the rear shock and the front forks. We placed the stiffer springs because when you're on the dunes and on soft sand, you don't want the bike to sink in, especially on the front. In this way, the bike now is much more rigid. Rally bikes need to be very functional, reliable, but at the same time, they need to look cool. For this reason, we designed a full sticker kit, a Monster Energy factory replica kit. This makes, in my opinion, the bike look just like a factory bike. We have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this rally bike build based on the Yamaha YZ450F. Let me know in the comments what's your opinion, and stay tuned because soon we will build other Yamahas. We have on the line other 2 WR450F 2020 and 2021 model that we will build, one for adventure riding and one for rally racing. But currently there are many bikes coming because we will also have here on the channel a KTM 690 2020 model, a 701 Supermoto 2020 model, and probably a beta because we'll start working on betas before the end of the year on the new 2021 models. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe, share the video, and thanks again for your support. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!